Who started the women's evolution? A topic and a debate has been going around a lot recently, ever since WWE made that stupid post on their Instagram page. I've seen it on How Many Media Discussion group. I've seen it on the POE Hustle Facebook group page. I've seen it all over Twitter and Instagram about who really started the women's evolution. And I'm here to tell you my opinion and my thoughts on who started it. And by the way, this is Michael Davis, aka A Black. This is the A Black experience on the POE Hustle Zone. You know, I've been watching a lot of women's wrestling for quite some time. I started really, watching on the regular 5 years ago, and watching none but WWE divas all year really just bothered me a little bit, to the point I had to move on and watch stuff from Impact Wrestling to stuff from the indies like Shine, Simmer, Wow, WWR. I've been watching these promotions and looking how great, how respectful, how they book their women and pretty much treat them like they're the men, having them have matches like the men, and pretty much have that same passion, that drive as most of the women wrestlers in the past, and most of the men we've seen wrestle day and night in all these other promotions. And I always said to myself, in other recent posts, like posts that I made on Twitter and Instagram, that Mae Young and Medusa are two women I think started doing women's revolution. And say what you will about Medusa, how she threw the WWE Women's Championship, there was no championship in the trash on Nitro. Say what you will about her, but she is without doubt one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time. Being one of the best women's champions in WWE, WWF, and being the first and only woman to hold the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. Say what you will about her, but you can't deny her passion, her will to win as a wrestler back in her day. And that's one of the reasons I'm watching or have any interest of ever listening. The fact that she could be part of this women's battle royal with Molly Holly and Tori Wilson, all the other legends and NXT stars and Raw SmackDown stars. But you look at women like Trish Stratus, Lita, Jazz, Victoria, Molly Holly, Mickie James, Gail Kim. These women pretty much elevated the women's revolution. And for women like Gail Kim, Mickie James, and Victoria had to transition from WWE to Impact Wrestling and pretty much dominated their division, winning the Knockout Championship countless times, and pretty much paved the way for all the future champions later in the history of Impact Wrestling, like Mia Yim, Rosemary, Allison Kay, Sue Young, and the current champion, without a doubt, one of the best women's wrestlers in the world right now, Tessa Blanchard. And you can't deny those women being the elevators of the women's revolution. Everybody want to talk about Paige started women's revolution, or Emma, or the Bellas. No. If you want to know who really started or elevated it, just look at those women I just mentioned. And better yet, just look at all the women that I'm going to name right now, that people are sleeping on right now. People are not really paying attention to these women as much as they should, giving them the respect as they should. I'm talking about women like Casey Carlisle, a woman who's been wrestling for over a decade, has won 15 championships in her entire career, and she's currently holding about 6 championships at once. I call her the current female version of Austin Aries, the belt killer, the female belt collector. She's holding the same amount of titles that Austin Aries is right now. I talk about women like Lewis Dope, the longest reigning Shine champion in history, holding it for over 526 days. Someone like Santana Garrett, someone who has held multiple championships at once. She's a former Shine champion, former NWA World Champion, Women's Champion, former Stardom champion all over the world. And let's not forget Amber Neal. A lot of people are really sleeping on this woman. I'm not saying that because she's my best friend. She's someone I talk to on a regular basis. She is I would say one of the pioneers in women's wrestling. Someone who didn't need the WWE or the machine to go out and make a name for herself. She was the first ever woman to join the Bullet Club. She was one out of the 3 American women to ever wrestle in a match in New Japan alongside Maria Kanellis. She's the first women's wrestler to ever appear at two Wrestle Kingdoms in a row. She's the first woman to ever had the NWA Women's World Championship, which she held for 273 days and defended 21 days. Appeared in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I mean, say what you will about her, but she's been doing this for 20 years, and for all those 20 years, she has not needed to sign with the WWE or sign with any major promotions in like NXT or WWE. But nobody really taking the time to talk about those women, and it kind of bothers me because I follow those women's matches or those women's careers more than I do the current women in WWE. And I'm not just talking about women who currently or wrestling in the Indies and WWE or wrestling in Impact Wrestling or wrestling in Stardom, Shine, Simmer. I'm talking about women in the past, women who been killing it in freaking All Japan. I mean, these women have done a lot more stuff that I see from the current women right now in WWE. And I'm not here to bash the WWE or the women division, but the whole women's evolution is just more than WWE, and a lot of people need to see that. But that's my thoughts on the women's evolution, who started it. Let me know in the comment down below who do you think started women's evolution, and do you agree with any of my points? But like this video, subscribe to the POV Hustle Zone, tap that bell on the YouTube app, you don't miss any of my videos. And if you listen to Hitting the Monster podcast this week, you might hear me predict evolution with Michael Jargo and Rick Vickery. But that being said, this has been the A-Tribe Black Experience. I'm Michael Davis, A-Tribe Black. I'm out.